Hey, Ben from NoCritsGiven here. You probably expected to see me in a different setting, and you will in a second. I just wanted to jump in and take 1 second of your time and say that this week's episode has got a completely different aesthetic. We've tried something different with the cameras, we've tried something different with the presentation, and we think it's considerably better. We hope this is going to give you a lot more enjoyment and a lot more interest in the product, and it makes it 10 times easier for you to watch. Wasn't something we were planning on doing until at least the end of the first campaign. We know that changing the whole aesthetic of a presentation, of a production, isn't great halfway through the said production, but we think that the changes that we've made will be better for you guys and will give you a lot more intrigue and a lot more interest in what we are doing. So I'm going to shut up, pass over to myself, and enjoyed episode 8 of Deadfire, A New Dawn. Hello and welcome back to NoCritsGiven, back to episode 8 of Deadfire, A New Dawn. Thank you for joining us once again. My name is Ben, I am your humble dungeon master and your guide through this world of piracy and deceit. Joining me at the table, as always, are the crew of the New Dawn. Let's go this way. Mr... I thought you were going to put your hand up, I was like, I've definitely said that way. Luke Curtis.
Who?
Lloyd Curtis. Because I was Jamie Docherty.
Oh, you got my name right.
Yeah! Maybe spelled it right.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Josh Ames. Luke Jackson. Mr. Joe Smith. Before we jump into what we're going to do, we'd like to give a big thank you to our sponsors. Our last episode was our first episode where we were able to bring you some amazing savings from our sponsors. I know you're expecting me to tell you what our sponsors are. If you want to find out right now, the links are down in the description, but pay attention and you may find out who they are as we progress through the night. It's Armour Class and Mini Mega Store. We are very grateful to you both. There's some amazing savings and deals to be had at both places. Like I said, stay tuned and you will find out more as we go on. So, where did we leave off last week? In our last episode, our crew were on their way to Port Mandalay, Luke's childhood home. No, Typhus' childhood home, as
My
they
childhood?
are. Pardon?
My childhood home?
No. As they were being pointed there by an engraving on the side of a spyglass that was revealed to be in the Deadfire chest. On the way there, they were battling a storm where they were jumped by Captain Bellingham and his crew as they tried to cash in a bounty on Zho-Zho's head. We pick up shortly after that. Right, some housekeeping to get done. Somebody around this table is very, very tired. So we need to figure out... Lloyd's tired, yeah.
I'm
not tired, I'm exhausted.
He's exhausted. So how many levels of exhaustion you have?
I'm on 4th level of exhaustion.
4th levels of exhaustion. Right, so I'm going to roll to find out how many days away from port you are. And that will decide how many long rests you can have. Or attempt to have. And then we will check to see if you manage to get through each long rest.
Okay.
Just so you're aware, nobody else has to do this because no one else is exhausted. You can all have a long rest. You can piece together your long rest over the course of this day if you need to.
Really relax.
You're just a really chilled vibe.
I might stay up one night, get one exhaustion.
And then sleep the next night.
Sleep through.
So you ready? Number of days it's going to be until Port Mandalay. 3.
Ooh.
So if I remember rightly, you can do 2 long rests a day.
Yeah.
So you can now attempt. We can potentially do 6 long rests.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I roll, I'll tell you what. I'll let you roll a D20 for each of the long rests, and this is purely because life on a ship isn't just 8 hours on, 4 hours. Do you know what I mean? There's no shifts. So,
And as quartermaster as well.
And you are quite high up, yeah.
Quite often.
So on the first day, you've got 3 days to port. On the first day, you can do 2 long rests. See, roll me 2d20. What's the first one?
Not a good start. We got 5 just straight on the...
You didn't get through that. Okay. So, second one for that day.
It's a bold strategy, Cauld. Let's see how it works out.
18!
18, you get a long rest in. You've got 1 long rest up on the day. That's 1 point of exhaustion taken off. So you're now on 3. So you've got 2 days left to port.
15.
15 will get you there. That's another long rest. You've got another 1 day on the second day.
16.
16 will get you there. So on the last day, you need one of these last 2 to be a successful rest.
4.
4 will fail it. So
want to come in and distract him?
does anyone want to give him disadvantage? Right, last one. If you beat, it's just been a flat luck check. It's been above a 10 and you pass, below a 10 and you will go into the rest of the next part of the campaign on 1 level of exhaustion.
Permanently.
What's that?
5.
5. So you will keep 1 level of exhaustion,
But now, can I attack him with my
which
Is
means
he
you have
awake now?
disadvantage on ability checks.
Is he awake now?
He is awake on the morning of the day you arrive at port.
Go in there and see why he's not been working.
No, he has. He's
No,
been
those are
doing...
the days that I failed. They're the days that I've
Are we
actually
just straight in port? Are we doing anything in between?
Would you like to do anything before you arrive at port?
I will have been spending the last few days wearing the mask just so I can get acclimatised to it.
Get acclimatised to the mask. Yeah,
Well,
no problem.
well, I don't want to suddenly turn up and be trying to talk with a mask on and then it falls off halfway through.
Why?
Nobody cared who I was. What do you think our craftsmen are? No, it's more... They're good at their jobs. It's more my performance than your craftsman's work, I can assure you.
It was a very good mask. He just doesn't know how to use it. So, the first day you had it on at like a 45-degree angle, and then one of it was covering one eye. But
Well,
no,
it's more also being comfortable in it. And...
yes, more confidence.
to it,
in it.
like-
Does anyone else want to do
Like having
anything?
Freddie Mercury teeth.
Anyone else?
Cauld is not very much seen in the next few days. Like, he'll do the cooking and stuff,
Be keeping himself to himself.
but he's keeping himself to himself. He's working through some stuff. And just before we head to get there, like the last, day or 2 before? Day and a half. He is going to find Matryn on the ship.
Okay. So we're talking on the second day because it's 3 days to port.
That night.
Yeah. Okay. That night. Yeah. So it does not going to affect your long rest. Don't worry.
I thought Cauld was going to go in like, psst, you're awake. I am now, thanks.
That's why I failed on the second day. Just had Cauld come in. Psst, Matryn, need to talk to you.
Are you pooping?
Go on. If you want to talk to Matryn, then you may talk to Matryn.
Oh, who is it?
It's cold.
Cauld, come in. How can I help you, Cauld?
Right. Let's take it down about 10%.
Okay.
Please. This is hard for me. Because emotions are hard. But I realised I can't keep hating you. So we are going to be civil. I'm going to be civil with you. You're my crewmate. Being a pirate, because apparently we're pirates,
We are pirates, Cauld.
is hard. And I am going to try and embrace it.
I am glad that you said that we can be civil. I am trying to work on myself, and ever since I saw your emotions, I have really been in deep thought about it, and there was things said between myself and Captain and Chiron as well. There was a lot said, and they made me realise errors in my ways and how I have to act in my role as quartermaster on the ship. So believe me when I say I will try my absolute hardest for it to never happen again, and I hope to one day we can be friends and brothers again.
So I just want to clarify. You're going to try your hardest not to murder someone in anger.
I'm still working.
Is that the bar we're setting?
Like, I'm still working on things.
Right. I'm not going. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Okay. How about I say to you, I promise I won't kill again, unless it's to defend.
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay. Can we go from there?
Of course we can. And I'm going to shake his hand. Awkwardly stand there and leave.
That very, very,
Could I
very
just
nearly
say-
went south.
That cookie that you didn't give me, but I took. You said I could take one off the plate. It's really nice, thank you.
I know.
Have a good day, Cauld.
Good night, Matryn.
Well, that was the most awkward thing I've ever been a part of, I think. Wow.
That was awkward turtle.
Anything for anyone else as you arrive towards port? No?
No.
Right, we'll move on. So we rejoin our pirate heroes as they approach the popular port of Port Mandalay. The port that our very own Typhus called home as a boy a few years ago. As you approach the docks, what strikes you all is how quiet the city seems. Back when Typhus was a child, this port was one of the most vibrant and lively ports on the seas, but as you look over at the city from the depth of the New Dawn, none of that liveliness seems to be left. The docks are an actual working dock, unlike Rockcliffe, where you had to sort of park the ship and go and approach. You can bring the dock or the ship all the way up to dock. The New Dawn can easily moor up at one of the many open docks. As you leave the New Dawn and head to the city, you get about 3/4 of the way up the walkway before a tall human man steps out before you, holding out a hand to stop you. He glances over at the flag on the ship and then back to the group at the front of him. He'll go, sorry guys, port's closed. And you are on the dock with a guard,
And he still says we can't.
We still can't.
dressed in sort of shoddy armour. Like, he's well equipped, but it's all in sort of oldish, sort of used, quality. Got a bit of dirt on his face, sort of thing. And he's like, port's closed today, boys.
Does there seem to be an issue today?
We got word from above. We're sort of close to outsiders at the minute.
Can I inquire how long until we may actually step foot off our ship onto Port Mandalay?
You know, as much as I know, my orders were to not let anybody in. Of course, orders can be forgotten or misheard.
Well, maybe this will sweeten the deal.
I'm all ears.
He hands him a cookie.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage for the cookie.
Wow, I was expecting disadvantage.
No, you've made an effort.
Yeah, with a shitty pun. It's a good thing that was an advantage.
Yeah.
Because one's a natural one.
And the other one's a...
Natural one.
Persuasion, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
12!
He looks down at the cookie, looks back at you, and goes, I'm sure this would sweeten the deal, as you put it, but I'm afraid it's going to take a little more than that to get into the port today.
Will you hold on to that, okay?
He's going to eat it. As you say, will you? He's already necked it. Do you neck a cookie? He's eating the cookie.
Like a snake.
What's the hold up and getting all that stuff off the boat, guys?
I can't remember, this is me thinking out loud. I'm pretty sure I'd noted it down, or should have done. Can you remember how much money we've got?
I've got like 200 on
I
that.
was going to say,
I think we've got
I think
about
Matryn just
200
offered
each.
to pay.
No, this is the part where you want Matryn to lay down his life. Matryn, just volunteer your life to this guy so we can get in.
It's what
Can
you
I
do.
inquire, is this guy a soldier?
He's more of a guard.
More of a guard.
Has he made a
We
book?
would be-
I don't know why, but I just pictured it. It's just said to Cauld a little bit ago, I won't kill unless it's in defence. Kills the first guy we come across.
But he would be part of like the kind of military round here, yeah? Would be? Are you?
He's part of the authority that's here, let's
Yeah,
say.
So he would recognise a soldier who has military rank and it's only a form of military organisation. Recognise your authority and influence.
You want to know if he recognises Matryn.
As a kind of more soldier kind of guy.
You want to know if the guy dressed without a top on, being a very angry barbarian shouting at people, looks like a soldier. He doesn't look over. He looks over. Tell you what, I'll make it fair. He doesn't think you look like a
He
soldier.
wears his stripes. He pins them straight into his skin.
That only takes away from.
These are my medals.
I put in my palm 5 gold and pass it, and shake his hand, going, well, let's see if we can come to some sort of deal, mate.
He will take the handshakes, taking the 5 gold, and be like, at least one of you guys seems to understand the way things work. In you go.
Before we leave, it's ever so rude of us, but I didn't ask your name.
My name's unimportant.
Strange name.
I was thinking the same thing.
Let me put it to you this way. You may or may have not just bought your way to a port that's closed. Do you think I'm going to be eager to hand out my name?
Best kept secrets, my friend.
Best kept secrets. As you enter the town through the main gate that acts as an entrance between the docks and the main city, you are met by a stench that hits you like running into a wall. The smell of rotten food, shit and decay fills you as you start to walk up the main street into the town. The street itself is lined with people, all caked in mud and dressed in raggedy clothes. Everybody's clothes seem to be the same sort of dirty, white, grey, almost brown in some areas. Everyone's wearing rags, just for want of a better description. There is a huge cordoned off area just to the left of the gate as you enter the market square that seems to be where the majority of this stench is coming from. As you look around, a cart pulls up and 2 men get off carrying buckets of rotten food and other crap and throw it into a big, huge hole in the ground that's inside the cordoned off area. Typhus, are you wearing your mask?
I am.
Can you do me a stealth check, please?
Just straight stealth.
Hey, look,
Just a stealth check.
There's a guy in a mask. He seems suspicious.
There's 3 guys in masks.
I don't wear mine when I'm normal walking.
But
There's
you're
2
wearing
guys in
yours
masks.
with the purpose of being hidden, aren't you?
Yes. I'll take that. That's an 18.
18 is fine. As you look around the market, you can quickly notice the sheer number of people that's seemingly begging around the square. Nearly every 10 feet there is someone knelt on the ground, cap out in front of them as they call to passers-by. As you walk into the market square itself, you notice that the stalls aren't market stalls at all, but rather one big stall with several huge ceramic pots. There is a huge queue that snakes its way around the square, made up of mothers, fathers, children of all variety of races. Further along the square, you can see a sign made of rotting wood that has the words "The Rare Books Inn" scratched into it. You are standing in the square. What would you like to do?
Oh, this is shit.
As always, Matryn imparts his impeccable knowledge upon us all and never fails to state the obvious. We are here, if we remember, for information. Typhus, I think it's best you decide where we go from here.
If, as always, I feel it's the best place to get information is from an inn. And as it looks like we are some of the few people with coin, I think we should stick together, and B, I think that maybe a bit of charity work and spending some money might not go amiss in this town.
We're going shopping.
I think we will go off your lead then, Typhus, and let's all make our way to the tavern. Or inn, if you prefer.
Going to the inn? The Rare Books Inn?
In and out inn.
So you make your way into the across the square to the tavern. You go in. When you walk in, you see a very empty room. There are 2 or 3 tables with people sat at nursing like one drink. There's a man behind the bar who is sort of cleaning a glass. Cleaning being a very loose term, but he has a rag and a glass like most barmen do. And as the door opens, everybody looks up to see who has entered. Typhus, can you do me another stealth check?
Would you say that's cocked, or because I couldn't tell you
I'd
which one?
say that's correct. It is a little bit, to be fair.
Yeah.
Why is it a 1?
Well,
It is, but I think it
it's
is.
either a 1 or a 7, and I couldn't honestly tell you which
Okay, roll again. Not a problem.
1.
No, that is a 6 total.
A 6 total.
That was
no
definitely
problem.
cocked that time.
As you are standing there, you make 2 or 3 steps into the tavern as you look around, taking in your surroundings. The door opens again behind you, and a group of 4 soldier-looking people, they're in matching uniforms, a little bit more better off than they were before, will walk in. And as they walk in and try and get past you to the bar, one of them will just nudge into Matryn a little bit too hard as he walks past.
Excuse you.
Excuse me?
Yes. Excuse you.
Me, I was the one stood in the way of the door, was I?
I wasn't in the door, I was like in the bar, and I was just about to buy a barrel of beer to share around this place. Like, get some nice ideas.
I'm going to stop you there, lad. If you don't shut your fucking mouth, you're going to get knocked the fuck out.
I'd like to walk over. I don't know roughly positioning wise, but Zho-Zho's going to ask these 3 to go find a table. Go sit yourselves down. You're going to walk over, put a hand on Matryn's shoulder.
Matryn's going to roll anger management. Somebody's mentioned being knocked out.
Yeah.
PTSD flashbacks.
I'm on a D10 though.
You are on a T10.
7.
Very nice roll.
Nice roll.
As you walk over, you send the guys away. Just before they step away, you manage to calm yourself with Zho-Zho's hand on your shoulder as this guy stares you down. The barman will come from behind the bar, place his hand on the not aggressively or like even just on the shoulder of the guard and be like, "Gents, free drinks. Get down there. Maggie will sort you out." He will then turn round to the 5 of you, look at you all in turn, rest his eyes onto Typhus, and go, "What the fuck are you doing here? Follow me." He will lead you off to a side room, like down the side of the bar to a back room, where he will close the door behind you and turn around and go, "So what the fuck are you doing here?" The barman was Trick, your old schoolboy friend. Schoolboy friend, not schoolboy friend. What the fuck are you doing here?
Might be on the pickup of something, hopefully. Might need to get something.
Somebody seems to forget how fucking hard it was to get out of this port and has decided he wants to come back.
Well, equally, I was 95% sure that you would be the only person who would have a chance in hell in recognising me.
Well, it would seem that you were right, wasn't it? Take the fucking mask off.
Don't want to do that, it's fuck ugly.
Who's this?
Well, let me do proper introductions.
Typhus, I think he knows who you are.
No, I've got the wrong guy, sorry. No.
I'm really sorry. Not Typhus, I mean...
So I take the mask off and I go round the circle, firstly introducing Captain Zho-Zho.
Captain.
And then going round to Chiron, Cauld, and then finally Matryn, who say, "He has a slight anger management issue. Thank you for diffusing that situation."
I don't have an anger issue. They have the issue. I'm working on myself at the moment, Typhus. I'm working on myself.
It definitely seems like it.
No, this is improvement.
Really? I hate to think what it was like before. You know how many people got fucking nearly killed to get you out of this port?
I know, but...
So casual. Oh my god.
Because how silly I was. Like you forgot to text him back.
Yeah.
Typhus.
Yeah.
Smells.
In fairness,
was that you or Cauld?
And I'm thinking, if you don't want to be like Typhus and smell, definitely get yourself down to armour class using a link in the description below and get yourself 10% off some fantastic character sheets. And that is again, get yourself over to armour class for some fantastic personalised themed character sheets.
So Trick will go. After you left, she became vile.
Ah, what a bitch. I'm so glad that I'm pissing off Lloyd. Well, that's amazing, Lloyd.
Back in the ring. After you left, she became vile, even violent. She accused everyone of concealing you, hiding you from her. Taxes were raised, food supplies were cut, food shortages came. It's not been a great place to be. My dad, he sort of tails off, doesn't finish his sentence. About 2 weeks after you were gone, she sent soldiers to search the entire town, but these weren't the usual guards you see about the port. They were different, more vicious, unrelenting, wearing dark black uniforms with a weird symbol on their shoulder. They destroyed everyone's home, even burning them down in pursuit of you, but you weren't here to see all that. You were too busy running around the world.
We're all too aware of who these dickheads are. We've already had a run-in with them.
How many of your family have been burnt alive?
My family, none of them are alive anymore.
Oh, and they were burnt alive by these people.
Oh no,
then do not pretend to understand what has been going on in this port. Not long after that, she closed the gates to the fort and cut off all supplies to the town. The people of Mandalay have been abandoned, worse than abandoned. Patrols of these new guards are everywhere. The men you met earlier are just some of them. What do you want to know?
We should lead a revolution!
Yeah, because we've not tried that. People have died trying to... Because you left. People have died. People have died to get you out. People have died since you've been gone. And you being here sort of feels like a spit in the face. So what do you want?
If I'd known. I know those are horror words from someone who could have done... who actions caused this. But as you know, my friend, hindsight's 2020. And if I'd known she would have done something like this, I can assure you, the thing I would have done before leaving was slit her throat.
I fear that may have not affected anything. How is your father?
You saw him last time I did.
He's not with you?
No.
Nobody's seen your father since the day you left. Why? That's why she was able to do it all. He's not here.
I could not tell you where he is, unfortunately. And...
Right. I'm not here to fucking reminisce. What do you want?
Well, I'm pretty sure I need to unfortunately get into that fort.
Why the fuck? I was so worried that you were going to say that.
Really don't want to. I would really much rather, well, it might be a valid option, burn the place to the ground.
I fear that might not be a solution. However, can you do me a persuasion check?
I can indeed.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. Can you do me a perception check?
I'm so glad you said that. I am not. That is a 14.
On a 14, you are sort of... Trick hasn't looked at anyone apart from when they've spoken to you. He has addressed you directly and you personally, and he is sort of grateful for your attention back. He's very annoyed and pissed off that you're here, but if he's going to talk to you, he wants to talk to you. But in the moments where he's looking at something else, sort of talking to other people, you have a glance around the room, and it's a very sort of dull back room of a bar. There's a little fireplace, there's a few chairs. But on the one sideboard that there is at the side of the room, you see an envelope which clearly has your father's name on it. And as you walk toward, as you sort of glance again and you see again, on a 14 you can tell not only has it got your father's name on it, it's also written in your handwriting.
I point at it and go, when did that get here?
Now do me a persuasion check, please. Or somebody can give him advantage if you want. Give him the help. No, nobody wants to give him advantage.
No, so persuasion, that is 15.
On a 15, he will start to look a little bit flustered. And for a second, his resolve, this angry, sort of irritated, offended person at your presence, which is something you never thought Trick would be at your presence, just for a second breaks. And the Trick that you knew from as a child is sort of there a minute. Your friend is there back again. And he will take a deep breath and go, okay, I wasn't completely honest. Some of us have seen your father since the day he left. And if getting into the fucking castle is the best thing, is the thing you want, then fuck it. You nearly died getting out. Maybe you'll die going back in. I can take you. But we can only go at night. So you've got about 4 hours left until sundown. Sorry, before I carry on, does anyone want to do anything at this point? Trick will say he can take you to away into the castle. He will take you tonight at sundown, which is about 4 hours away.
Would I have time to find like a weaponsmith or a blacksmith or somebody who deals in weapons?
Trick is going to highly suggest that you do not leave this room.
Brilliant.
Can Matryn,
Probably. Go on.
because he's still exhausted, and he knows that we've got a bit of time before we go to...
No.
Yeah.
Obviously, assuming Trick's going to leave us alone for a little bit while he...
Trick will insist that you stay in the back room of the bar. He brings you some food and drink, so you're not going to starve. But he will leave. He can't stay.
Is this just a back room of a bar, or is it his room, if that makes sense?
Sort of like a living area in the bar.
That's
Can I
fine.
ask Trick how much a barrel of beer is?
Barrel of beer?
Yeah.
A full barrel of beer.
Full barrel of beer. With friends discount.
With friends discount.
And because I'm buying in bulk.
You're buying in bulk, friends discount.
JTF.
And then the supplies that I've previously mentioned have been cut off, and finding things in this town has become more like a black market. A full barrel of beer to clear me out for the rest of the week, 200 gold.
Oh. It wasn't for me.
You're offering to you're trying to buy my entire stock, which I will not be able to stock again for the next 3 weeks.
Okay.
Well,
I was just trying to be nice around here. I was trying to give people something to enjoy.
Is there any chairs in the room?
Yeah, there's a bit. You can sit down. Yeah, there's a bit of a seat there. So Trick will then, if you want anything from him now, Trick will leave to go back to the bar and serve.
I will put in a discreet but equally fairly obvious place to someone who I've known for a while. I will just put a stash of 100 gold.
Okay. You may leave 100 gold hidden in this room. So you've got 4 hours until sundown.
Cauld,
And you're stuck in a room.
want to play Swordy Shield?
What?
Swing swords at each other, block it with a shield. Swordy Shield.
I don't have a shield.
Do you want to borrow mine?
No.
Typhus, not Typhus, sorry, I said that again. Matryn just wants a friend.
Yeah, that's what
I
it's
just want
become.
Cauld to
Isn't
be my friend. Not anyone will be my friend, just Cauld.
Well, you can't force these things.
Yeah.
So I was just going to get a chair,
Yeah.
sit on it, and just be quite almost statuesque.
Stoic.
Just, yeah, it's just very.
You can imagine
Sat-
doing it Riker style
Yeah.
on this chair.
You know, he's almost just sat, he closes his eyes, you know he's got some time, so he's going to almost go into a state of meditation and just chill on the chair.
When we get to about an hour left,
Yeah.
Typhus will begrudgingly start giving the rest of them as much information as he can remember
Yeah, I was about to say, hey, Typhus,
about the fort layout.
what the fuck?
Things weren't good at home. As I've told you, Dad very much was a free spirit who tried to support our style of life and causes from a more respectable position. Mum had other ideas for me. She wanted me to marry a lovely noble family into lovely noble family and do who knows what, be polite, be sitting in an office all day and shake hands with the right people, and she very much wanted me to be something that I had no desire or care for. So I wanted to leave, and when I told her that, things turned nasty. After that point, then orchestrated a plan to get us out of here, and to get myself out of here, and apparently the consequences of that I've only just found out.
It's not great then.
No, not great. We'll just sum it all up in the simplest terms of didn't have the best home life.
Who did round this table? Ha ha!
Him.
While all this is going to be going on, Chiron's just going to be sort of sat there, sort of half listening, but, you know, sort of like going over, because a lot's happened in the past, what is it, be a few days,
A
I think you've been
week
at
or
sea
two.
for a couple of weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
Since this...
A lot's gone on.
Yeah, I'm trying to establish a timeline,
Yeah, but
guys.
he's going to be half listening to sort of what's being said, but also sort of just reflecting on what's happened. It's just going to be sort of doing like this with like just little sparks jumping between his fingers because he's still trying to come to grips with his new powers.
Yeah.
He doesn't know the full extent of what they can do.
Do me a perception check, Joe.
Perception. It's an 8.
You don't really see anything. You're in this damp, dark room waiting for this guy to get back. I think it's fair to say you all might be a little bit uneasy at waiting.
Waiting's the worst part.
Yeah, because you're on this quest, you want to get going, you want to get it done, but you have to stop. It's not like you stopped because you've got to fight someone. It's not like you stopped because you've got to solve a puzzle or crack that clue or you're having a meeting. You're just sort of stuck waiting for this, I think for the first time in a while, relying on somebody else.
I was going to say, would it be sort of amiss to say while we sat there, like if we hear a slightly raised voice from the tavern that's a bit louder than normal, we all stop for a second? Because I'm sure we've figured out who the soldiers are that, what's his name, Trick. Yeah, we've all figured out who the soldiers are he was on about.
So while you're in the back room, you don't hear anything from the other room. Like you hear people come and go, but there's no any raised voices. Not a lot of people that come and go in these last 4 hours, to be fair, because things aren't great. You saw the state of the town as you walked through it. So around 4 hours later, Trick returns dressed head to toe in black. Black robes that are skin tight. Under his arm, he has a helm made of the same fabrics. He says, "Right, come with me." It's now pitch black. It's sort of not middle of the night, but not evening either. It's dark outside. We're going to do a group stealth check. So can you all make stealth checks for me, please?
I
Eight.
Oh, I need to find her stats.
I rolled 14 and a 5. I hate being exhausted.
I really should write my stats down on this really cool armor class character sheet, which we all got free from armor class. But if you want one, they do cost money. But if you follow the link, armorclass.co/NoCritsGiven, you get 10% off the order. And they are pretty dope.
What's your stealth check?
Zho-Zho got 6.
Okay.
Dragon got 7.
Shit.
Just going to say, it doesn't really matter what happens on this side of the table. 4 of the 7.
9 for Cauld.
Okay, that's 5 fails.
Already?
Yeah, these 3 failed. The dragon failed. You failed.
Well,
I got 8.
Dara might.
You failed.
Hold on, Dara might do good.
This party.
If Dara gets a natural
Dara gets a natural 20. You'll pass.
Dara's dreams come true. Everyone else gets captured.
To be fair though, I feel as
shit.
pirates, we've been pirates so long, we're not going to be the stealthiest bunch.
It's not going to be the great.
She's got the weasel stat block.
This incursion is going to be of this fucking.
She got 19.
Oh, so close yet so
No,
far.
hold on. 21.
Okay, so that's 1 pass and 6 failures.
The best part is
Group
she
failure.
separate from you, or is she like in your pocket?
She's dashing between buildings with us, yeah.
So, out of everyone that's just done a stealth check, the one made of fire passed, yeah? Is that what we're saying? You all fail. After heading down a few secret tunnels and passageways,
Shit.
you round the corner and see 6 Obsidian Federation soldiers standing in wait. As the group turn around to head back the other way, you see 4 more soldiers standing in wait, cornering you in an alley. "Oh, Trick, what have you been up to?" snarls one of them. And he sort of steps forward as sort of the leader of the group. And as everyone sort of crowds around you, he'll let out a big sigh and go, "Well, get him then." Roll initiative. So you're in this alleyway. It's dark. It's night. It's completely enclosed. Obviously, there's a way out at the end, way out behind you. But you've got 6 people in front of you. You've got 4 behind you. Trick is with you.
Good old Trick.
First in initiative is Matryn.
Obviously, seeing everyone and us getting surrounded, I'm gonna, for my bonus action, just go straight into a frenzy rage. He doesn't like the fact that they've kind of been caught and he's getting himself psyched up. So obviously I'll enter rage as my bonus action, and it will be a frenzy one. I'm going to. So how far are they in front of us?
The 6 in front of you are about 15 feet ahead of you.
And behind us?
About 10 foot, a bit closer because they closed in behind you.
I'm going
very compact.
I'm going to go for the ones behind us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to turn around and I'm going to move towards them ones.
Yep.
Just going to hit one of them. I'm going to attack on my turn. So I will roll for my attack. 12.
12 misses.
Not a good first attack.
Nope.
I will do my second attack. 16.
16 misses.
Oh. That's my turn over.
That's the best way you've spoken the whole campaign. Yeah, maybe. Next up are the Obsidian Federation guards. The 6 before you, out of the 6 before you, 5 of them will all take out weapons and make an attack on each one of you individually. So we've got 5 attacks, 1 coming at each of you. We're going to start. I'll go around the table to make it easier. So Cauld misses. Jamie. 16 hit, Jay.
What's my AC? Yeah.
Yeah, so Jay, you're hit. Zho-Zho. Does a 15 hit?
No.
You're not hit. Typhus. 14
Hits.
hits. And Matryn. 12 misses. The 2 people that are hit.
I was going to say, as I've been hit, can I do a reaction?
What's your reaction?
It's a Wrath of the Storm. When a creature within 5 foot that you can see hits you with an attack...
Not within 5 foot. They're 15 feet ahead of you.
Was it ranged weapon?
Yeah, it was a ranged weapon.
Oh, I thought you meant they ran off.
No, it was a ranged weapon.
Sorry.
Range weapon attack. So the two of you were hit, weren't they?
Yep.
So you will both take 5 points of damage, and you both do strength saving throws for me.
It's heavy crossbows.
Nope. Sorry, not strength, dexterity. Dexterity saving throws.
Oh, that's worse. My strength saving throws +0, dexterity -1. So
16.
16 will save.
Nat 20.
Nat 20 will save. Out of seeing that happen, the 6 that are behind you, 4 that are behind you will also make the same attack on the 4 of you that aren't Typhus. So I'll go across the table again. Cauld. 14.
Misses.
Chiron. Natural 20.
Oh, fuck.
Zho-Zho. 15.
Quick for a crit.
Typhus. Natural 20.
You said not Typhus.
Not Typhus. Matryn. Natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
So you're both going to take...
I'll use my reaction on the Chiron attack
Yeah.
to silver barbs it, so...
Roll with this. Roll again.
Roll again, take the lower one.
Matryn, you're still taking it.
Wait, what am I doing? Am I rolling?
You're doing nothing.
19.
19, yeah, that
It
hits.
still
But
hits.
not,
But
but
no
not
crit.
crit, and I will give the advantage to Zho-Zho.
Advantage to Zho-Zho. So, yours are what? Yeah, you're taking damage. Chiron,
Two
you
points
will
of side
take 8 points of damage, and can you do me another dexterity saving throw? Matryn, you will take 14 points of damage, and can you do me a dexterity saving throw?
What damage is it?
Bludgeoning.
I'll take half.
Yeah, half it.
16 on my dex.
16 saves.
That'll be 7 damage.
Yeah.
And then dex save. Yeah.
Yeah, please.
That's ability roll, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, focus on that bit.
No,
No, it's a
it's not an ability check. It's a saving throw, so you're fine.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just straight.
Just a quick question. How
Should get
grouped up
advantage,
are they?
Pardon?
Are they quite grouped up? The...
Yeah, bring it.
Because you get advantage. Because you've got...
It's dexterity save.
Or strength checks and saving throw target.
No, you have alert or something. As a barbarian.
Oh, yeah, danger sense.
Danger sense, that's the one.
Okay, so you get advantage.
saving throw 12.
12 saves, you become restrained.
Saves.
What?
12 saves.
No, 12 fails, you become restrained.
That was the higher of the two, was it?
Yeah.
What's up?
No, I was just checking the dice where it sits on the dice.
Oh yeah, you are restrained.
So what
which
are they
means
attacking with?
net. Well, not nets. They're more like ropes, like
Okay,
weighted
right.
rope things to try and get you to stop. Restrained means your creature speed has become 0 and it can't benefit from any bonuses to its speed. Attack rolls against this creature has advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So you have become restrained. That is going to, however, bring us to Cauld.
Bonus action. So the ones in front of us, there was 5, wasn't there?
6.
6, but 1 didn't attack.
No. One of them's just done nothing. 5 of them attacked, one of them
At the
didn't.
old group though.
They're all sort of, if you imagine a line of 4 and then 2 in front.
Would you say they're within a 20, 40 foot sphere?
Of you or each other?
Each other.
Definitely.
I will Hexblade's Curse.
Mm-hmm.
The one that didn't attack.
Okay.
But I'm going to fireball all of them. So I haven't summoned my weapon yet,
Okay.
because it's an action to do that. And I want to fireball instead. So they need to all roll dexterity saving throws.
They all need to roll dexterity saving throws.
Why, was it a natural hit?
Yep.
Okay.
I just need some d6s.
Do you want some D6s?
That's right, I'll do it.
So all 6 are going to make a dexterity saving throw, yeah? What's the DC?
Hold on. Uh, 14.
DC's 14. 3 of them save, 3 of them fail. One of the fails is a natural one.
Okay, if they fail, they take 34 points of fire damage.
Nice. The others take half.
No, they take double. Yeah, they take half. So alive?
Some of them more so than others, but yeah, they're all still alive.
Cool. Yeah, so he goes to use his weapon, but his weapon's not there anymore, so he just kind of like just flicks a little chunk out of his hand and turns into a like little bead and just lands gently, just it ignites.
Is that your turn, sir?
Yeah, I will get closer to Matryn.
Okay, so if I say you two were sort of stood next to each other, you've shifted across.
Yeah, like
Buddied up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Typhus, your turn.
Cool. Against the 4 that Cole's not just attacked.
The big ones behind you.
Yes.
I'm quite near them, remember.
Yeah, you are.
I know, and hopefully this won't.
I know, and I don't care.
Right, so I'm going to cast Tidal Wave.
Uh-huh.
So this conjures up a wave that is 30 foot long, 10 foot tall, and 10 foot wide.
Uh-huh.
Each creature must make a dexterity saving throw,
Dexterity.
15. And on a failure, they're knocked back and take half. And no, they're not prone.
Yep.
And if they succeed, they take half damage and they're not prone.
DC was
15.
3 of them save, 1 of them
Look.
doesn't.
No, I'm starting this just before.
It won't hit you. No,
It
it's
won't
fine.
hit you.
3 of them save, 1 of them doesn't. So
Okay.
3 of them go prone.
And
I thought that was going to hit me then. I was like, I suppose my finger would counter it, wouldn't it? I think just haven't got a counter it anyway.
22 points of damage
From the ones that failed.
on the one that failed, and half that for the ones that succeed.
Ah, success.
Very nice. Is there anything else from you, Ty, first?
Bonus action. No, not at the moment.
No.
No.
Dara.
Dara is going to run towards the guy Hexblade's cursed
Mm-hmm.
and just give me the help action.
Giving you the help potion. No problem. And nothing else from Dara?
I can't really do much else.
Ah, yeah, you can. Have some special faith in him, man.
No, as in, he's amazing.
Sorry.
She's amazing.
Her. I retract myself at the same time.
She's amazing, but there's not much else she can do currently.
Currently. And okay. Chiron.
She will be loading tricks in.
What's the state of affairs with where they are in relation to us?
So if you think about an alley, you've got you guys.
How wide is the alley? Just
About 20 foot.
about 20 foot.
20.
But they're
What's
fairly
your
grouped.
No.
Good.
So if you think
Oh,
the four
so
of you, you've got like 2 people front, and then behind them is another row of 4, which aren't looking healthy. And then behind you, you've got 4 people stood in a row, and then Matryn sort of at the front of.
Looking
3
at,
of the ones behind us are fallen prone as well. Yeah.
I was going to say the ones in front, the
Yeah.
6 of them. If I were to do an ability straight in the middle, but that's 10 feet wide, would that get all of them, or
Radius of 10 feet or
What's
radius
what's
of 10 feet.
radius?
width?
So
If
just
it's like
10. You would hit 4. There'll be
4.
1 on each side that miss it. That you don't miss, but you'll get the 4 that stood in the middle.
Then what I'd like to do is use tidal wave straight down the middle
Oh, what?
of them.
So you're
It's 30 foot wide.
tidal wave's 30 foot
I
wide.
thought it's
30 foot.
30 foot long, up to 10 feet wide. It says.
Yeah, so it'd be long wise.
Oh, so it's
Yeah, so just do it that way.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just a wording that threw me a little.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, you can tidal wave the ones in front, so you can hit all 6 in front if you want.
Yeah. Sorry, it's just when you were doing your turn, I was figuring something out because I figured the AC on my thing was wrong. It's actually meant to be 1 higher than it is.
So you want a dex save from all 6 again?
Yes.
Is all that on fire?
Yes.
This is at 3rd level as well.
So what's the DC?
Dex 13.
So 2 of them will fail, 4 of them will save.
On a fail, they take 4d8 bludgeoning damage and knocked prone.
Yeah, so 2 of them have failed. So roll your 4d8
The others take half as much damage and aren't knocked.
and not prone. Yeah, no worries. Roll your 4d8 damage.
4d8. That's a 4, a 7, a 5, and a 4.
Just flat. You don't add anything to that. It's just.
There's no bonus on it for me, no.
My spell's just flat damage.
So 20 for the 2 that failed and 10 for the...
Yeah, 3 of the Obsidian Federation, the guys before you, just recover enough from being absolutely frazzled alive. And they take a deep breath, and as they look up again, they are hit full force in the face by the biggest tidal wave they've seen in the last 6 seconds. And 3 of them drop dead. 3 of them that died are 3 of the ones that saved. The guys that failed are fine.
I like the fact that I took a deep breath after getting blown and just like tidal waves and just inhaled all this water.
Yeah. It's like, that was a nasty tidal wave going in the opposite direction. Oh!
It's back!
Is there anything else left from Chiron?
Did one of Hexblade's curse die?
Yes.
Let me just... Hold on.
Do you want to move it?
What, like Hunter's Mark kind of thing?
I don't know if you can. That's what Bran would do. Captain Narrow, peace out.
We actually have
The level of standard that you set is Bran.
Bran constantly forgets to move his Hunter's Mark, so...
You've been better about it recently.
I have, yeah.
There's something that says when I slay a humanoid, that's cursed.
You didn't slay this.
So I didn't slay it, so never mind.
Okay,
Sorry.
no worries. Anything else from Chiron?
No, because I think everybody's still in decent condition at the minute, yeah.
No worries.
So-
Zho-Zho!
Hello.
Zho-Zho, you have 3 guys stood before you.
Yeah.
2 of them are... Sorry, you have 1 guy stood before you with 2 people prone either side of him. 1
Yeah.
each side. And then behind you, you have 1 guy standing with 3 people prone on the floor around him. What do you want to do?
So, in front of me there's 1 person with 2 prone.
Yeah.
Behind me there's 1 person with another 2 prone.
3 prone.
3 prone.
Yes. as your crew have seemingly just decimated these 10 guards that have rocked up around
I
you.
might just leave it. This is going really well.
Just going to
This
move
is
my
what I'm paying
initiative.
for.
Autobots.
On a bud. No, I think I'll go for.
You just lean against the wall, just pull out a sake glass. And just like,
Just lights one of your pipes.
Yeah.
And what is?
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah. It's going really well. So I'm going
lean
to
for the boss to come out.
Full Bertrand.
bonus action, concentrate, Hail of Thorns.
Mm-hmm.
Will then, for my action, make a ranged attack at the one
Standing behind you.
behind me with the 3 prone. Are they within 5 feet of him?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, because you've got one either side and one behind there, so.
Cool. So we'll make a.
And
Give me
Matryn.
2 seconds.
And Matryn's there, yeah.
Is he close enough to get hit by it?
Always.
Cool. That's fine.
Your Halo point gives that points of exhaustion as well, doesn't it?
It does now.
Captain, are you sure you want to do that? Matryn's in a way.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to do it.
He just does this behind him.
So I'll make a ranged attack on the one that stood up.
The one that stood, yeah.
And then if it goes through anyone in within 5 feet, we'll get to it.
Yeah, so make your attack.
So that will be +8, 17 +8.
It hits.
Fine.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that first with the Hail of Thorns, or do you want me to do my other basic attack as well at the same time?
Up to you.
We'll go through the Hail of Thorns thing first,
Yep.
then it's done. So, So,
Read it out.
the guy stood
Yeah.
up, he's going to get hit by the attack.
Yeah.
Anyone within 5 feet of him, including him,
Mm-hmm.
will have to make a dexterity saving throw, or they take 1d10 piercing damage on a
So-
failed and half as much on a successful.
So there's 4 of them.
And I think
Oh. No, it's fine. It's fine.
dex saving throw, my calculation is 8 plus proficiency plus dex.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sounds good.
So it would be a 14 DC.
They
Do
all
I have to do
fail.
that as well?
They all fail.
Yeah. Does he have
So-
to do...
If you're classing him within 5 feet of the
He
guy
is
that
within
stood up,
5
so it's a dex save of
Yeah,
14.
they all fail.
Because I have danger sense, I have an advantage, but because I'm thingy, I have disadvantage, so they cancel each other out.
They will do, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're
it's just saving for an ability check.
No, but he's got disadvantage because he's restrained.
Haha, sucks for you.
So,
What
I've
did you say
really
DC
cold
was?
14.
I hit 14 without adding
Yeah.
modifier.
You find them.
Right, so
Take half though.
Zho-Zho's drawn his bow. What's the weather like?
Damp in the air because it's a sort of... It's a port.
Is there any rain?
No, it's...
There's no rain.
There's moisture about,
It's moist.
but there's no... It's like that fine rain.
But
Soaks you through.
So there's been some tidal waves. Has
Yeah.
that caused any sort of
Well, the water splashes around
splashed
after
over
the
water? Is there
tidal
like
wave.
a?
I tell
is
you
there an
what,
after effect?
hold on.
there'll be some water in the air from like as the tidal waves have hit
Yeah.
the buildings and the roofs
Yeah.
and it's dripped down. Also, it's on the same terms. You were in the same six
Oh,
seconds.
I was going to say, it says here the water then spreads out across the ground in all directions, extinguishing
So
unprotected
there's a
flames
bit
in
of
the
water
air.
in the air. Yeah.
You've
You've got a gentle
draws his
smattering.
bow, knocks his arrow,
There's about 1,000 gallons on the floor.
and aims it up in the air. He draws the arrow back and releases it, and it perfectly does this beautiful straight up into the air, and almost just like a feather, just turns round and drops. And it's going to drop directly on the guy that it was aimed at.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else in that area is feeling these flecks of water. They're prone. He stood up. They're feeling these flecks of water from the tidal waves that have been hitting them. They're dripping around, and that's just water until they realise they're hurting. Because those bits weren't other bits of water, that arrow was seemingly exploded
Yeah.
into a hail of thorns. And what they thought were droplets of water landing on them was in fact piercing, barbary thorns. So anyone that failed will take the D10. So it's going to take a 3 from that.
I take half of it, don't I? Because I still save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyone that saves takes... Well,
Anyone
none of
that
them
saves,
save.
so they'll all take 3 flat out.
Right, okay.
Plus the original guy will take an extra 7 from the bow
Will I
attack.
take what?
I was going to say, what type of damage is it?
Piercing.
Piercing, you take 1 anyway because it.
I
Half
just
your
thought
saving
you were
and
doing
half
arrow
your-
roulette, you know.
No,
One anyway, yeah.
so the guy it was aimed at will take 10.
Yeah, in
Everyone
total.
Total. Everyone else will take 3.
Yeah,
I'll then go to my second normal range attack against the guy stood up.
yeah.
Nat 20.
Nice. Double that up. Double them dice, boy.
So 2d8. Jesus wept.
Right, 'cause you got an 8 on this one.
No, I've got 2 1s.
Plus your dex.
Oh, pardon me, plus my dex, so 5.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm looking at them.
Done.
Done. Yeah, you have got dragon. Although I've put Drogo, so dragon.
What the fuck has been named? I think. He's actually not going to do anything. He's
Okay.
going to stay like sort of sat on my back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Trick is going to sort of panic. He's going to take like a step forward, and then take a step back, and then look up, and give Typhus the help action on your next turn.
Step forward. Take it back now, you are.
No, I wanted to have him run up and then run away, but then he'd take opportunity attacks, wouldn't he? So he just sort of went, Typhus. Matryn, top of the round, back to you.
So I am restrained, so it means I have disadvantage on my attacks.
Yeah,
And they have advantage on me.
yeah.
So if I was to reckless attack and that gives them any attack rolls against me have advantage, they'd only have a single advantage.
It'd flatten out, yeah.
So I'll go reckless attacking against them.
Yeah?
So it just attacked me.
Is it that fly that's knocking him?
Yeah, he just literally
it's a
attacked my
mosquito.
eye. So I'm going to reckless attack against these guys.
You do have this. Oh, do you get advantage from Reckless?
Yeah, so it'll be a
Just
try.
Yeah, so it's
they're not
flat.
prone, aren't they?
3 of them are prone, 1 of them's standing still. Oh, behind the ones near you. Yeah.
So they've got to be within 5 foot because I can't move because I'm on 0.
So from where you are, you've got. No, I'd say that they're all within 5 feet because if you're here, if you've got 1 in front of you, like I'm within 5 feet of you and the guy that would be in front of me. So you're in with 5 feet of all 3.
So I'll attack the one standing.
Got that for a while.
Okay.
So first one is 9
In total,
in total.
that missed his mate.
That one is 9,
That also
Oh
misses.
no.
and then my bonus action because I'm raged, I will attack. That one is an 18.
That hits.
Double.
Yeah, it's quite impressive.
Do that again.
9.
Just so you know, this dice here, I've rolled 3 natural 20s on tonight. It's my favourite dice ever.
3,
M20.
6, 8
8 points damage
8
on the one standing up.
on the one standing up.
Tidy. The OF sergeants, the one in front of you, there are 3 remaining. They're going to make attacks on the Zho-Zho, Typhus, and Cauld.
Dicks.
Yeah, well, this is it.
Cauld's a 14 hit.
No.
Zho-Zho's a 14 hit.
No.
Typhus is a 14 hit. You'll never believe what. 14 hits.
Yes.
We'll take 7 points of damage, and can you do a dexterity saving throw?
Of course I can. No, don't do that.
He'll give himself 71.
1 point of damage. Dex save. I'm going to go with that's a no on that one, and that's a 9.
You become restrained, sir. Also, so the ones from behind, we still have all 4 up. They are going to make attacks on.
Do they stand up from being prone?
Yeah. So they're not going to move on you anyway, because they're going to keep using their range. So they'll all stand up, and then they will make 3 of them will make attacks on you 3 that aren't yet restrained.
Does that mean?
Yes. So Cauld. No, that fails. That misses. Chiron. That misses as well. Come on, that's 20 dice. So let's get the skip. That also misses. Really bad rolls on them 3 there. So they all miss. Which will bring us to Cauld. We're back to you, sir.
Cold. Well, first things first, I will switch over my Hexblade's Curse to one of the ones nearest to me.
They're all about the same. Do you want somebody that's on high health or somebody that's on lower?
High health, please.
So you've got OF Officer 8. He is behind you.
he sounds awful.
Yeah,
he
he's
deserves to
literally
die.
worse. He's not on the level of OF Officer 7, but 8's a badass.
I have words with 8, so I will curse him.
Yeah.
So like the shadows will like turn into like flames around him and like what's going on. Is it? I will use an action to summon my blade
your usual blade.
My usual blades.
Yeah. So you've moved, bonus actions move, your thing, actions must summon your blade.
That's it.
I liked how your elbow clicked at the end of that.
Right.
Yeah, that proper added that exclamation mark at the end.
And then I'll rush in.
You were going to rush in.
Rush in, right.
So you run right up to him, and then you got no. Then
Like,
wait.
hi.
Then just stops. Typhus, your turn, sir.
Like, I can't attack you.
All crazy anime.
Oh, I'm
guys.
gunning. I'm a gunning.
I'm gonna do it.
Just give me what is it? 6
I'll
seconds.
fucking do
Yeah,
it.
just give me 6 seconds. I'll be just warming up. Just warming up. Just loading the guns.
Typhus.
So there's a group of 3 at one side and
3 in front of you,
yep.
and a 4 behind you.
Okay.
The 3 in front of you, 2 of them are still. Actually, no, because I just said that they got up because they didn't move. Everyone's now stood back up again.
That's fine. So the 4, I am going to cast Shatter on,
Okay.
which means that a loud ringing noise,
Yeah.
because let's face it, we weren't doing stealthy very well.
I've just set the fireball.
We've had 2 times.
My first round was a set of a nuke. I think we're fine.
We've had 4 flying through the air.
Con save 15 for you, good sir.
All 4?
Yeah, because as long as they're all in 10 foot of each other.
2 saves, 2 fail. Another natural 20.
I mean, to be fair, I was thinking of using Thunderwave, but it puts that sound up to 300 feet. I
Yeah.
thought that might be a bit much, mate, you know.
Ow.
You know,
12.
I
So
think,
poorly done.
12 for the ones that failed,
Yeah.
and then 6 for the ones that passed.
Yes.
Okay, one of them, literally, you hear him, his eyes go wide, and he drops his weapons and holds his head. And as he covers his ears trying to block it out, you see just little trickles of blood that come from the sides of his ears as he collapses in heaps to the floor at the feet of his friends. One more dies, but 3 of them behind you are still standing. Anything else? Dara! You had the help action. Oh, you didn't do anything, did you? You didn't attack her.
Yeah, gonna rush to the new guy.
Yeah.
Just like nip at his heels, give me the help action.
No problem. No, Chiron.
That's good.
You should give her the sword of body and soul. And she can just
Imagine. Oh my, like,
just drag it out.
now, just like, flip Yoda style.
Yes.
Just
Chiron,
stabbing
your
a
turn.
certain someone in their sleep.
How many's left in front of us?
In front,
Yeah.
3.
3.
Behind, also 3.
I'm gonna. So within 15 feet, you said.
Yeah.
Can I charge the ones in front, please?
The one in the middle. So if you're looking at a real group of 3, you're charging the one in the middle.
They're the nearest, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna run at them.
Go on then.
I'm gonna get them.
I'll go get you.
And I'm gonna use primal savagery
Cool.
and slash for the face.
Yeah. That
Just
grows
take-
your nails long and imbues them with corrosive damage, doesn't it?
Yes. So melee spell attack. So plus 5. 10. No, I thought that was 15.
Altogether,
Yeah, 10.
What's your strength one?
what, to attack?
Yes.
Oh, misses.
Because it's a spell attack, it doesn't use my strength. Yeah, that I mean.
Yeah, misses. Anything else?
I don't think I have anything I can do bonus action. I think it's kind of useless.
I make my cape billow.
Zho-Zho.
Me. Right. So I'm right in thinking, Hail of Thorns, once you've used it, it's gone. And 1 minute
You
goes
say,
to the
yeah,
end.
it's your next, it says your next
Yeah.
attack, doesn't it? Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a ranged attack, like just normal ranged attack on. I'm
One in the middle.
going to go to the one to the left.
Yeah.
I was looking at them.
Yeah.
To the left. So that is a 16.
Will hit.
That'll be 1d8, so we'll do damage and I'll do my extra attack after.
Yeah.
So that'll be 8.
You added.
Yeah.
So 8 in total.
Yeah.
He drops to the dead. Drops dead as a.
He drops to death.
He drops to the dead. Drops to the deck dead as an arrow pierces his forehead.
The deck I thought was in the street.
Oh my god! He just needs floor, mate.
Metaphorical.
Wow.
You
Next attack's going to go for the one on the
deckhead.
right. Cracking the one on the right, it's 17 roll plus an 8, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming it hits.
Yeah.
That'll be 1d8 damage again. I'll be 5 in with my dex.
He also drops to the deck as he sees his comrade fall. He drops and watches him and panics. And as he looks back up, he gets met one in the forehead again. As Zho-Zho fells the 2 guys either side of the person in front of him. Anything else?
No, I'm done. And again, my dragon will stay sort of perched on my back.
No problemo. Trick again is just gonna sort of not do anything as he sort of panics. Has never been confronted by a full squadron of guards before. Well, it does bring us back to the top of the round with Matryn.
I'm going to attack the ones near me. I'm going to reckless attack so it counteracts the restraint.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just flat.
It's just a flat roll. Yep.
Can I do anything else?
Did I know?
Nope. I cannot. So first attack is a 22.
That will hit.
I'll hit.
All your damage.
We will do 9, 11.
Drops dead
Cool.
as you swing your mace round, impaling the side of his face.
So like I'm restrained in my net and I'm just like trying to get
Yeah,
out
if
of
you-
this net.
rather than a net, if you imagine like a rope tied around your knees from the knees down, so you're literally stood in one place, just swinging the flail around wildly. He
Who's
drops.
done this to me?
You have 2 left in front of you.
I'm gonna do my second attack. That will be 11,
Misses.
and then my bonus action I'm going to attack.
Yeah,
That would be a 19.
that will hit.
And then we go 4, 7, 9.
Still standing. There is one front of you, and there are 2 behind you. I will tell you from 3 guys, everybody is looking pretty fooked up. So there are 3 people left, and from my calculations, there are 3 of you left unrestrained. They will try to restrain you again. Cauld.
Bring it on.
Does a 16 hit?
Just
You will take 5 points of damage.
fucking jinx must have it.
And can you do a dexterity saving throw for me,
This
please?
is gonna go well. Oh, dirty 20.
Oh, safe.
No, it's just
Chiron.
5, yeah?
Pardon? 5
5.
damage. Chiron does a 13 hit.
No.
No. Zho-Zho does a 19 hit.
Yes.
You take 6 points of damage, and can you do a dexterity saving throw for
Of
me, please?
course, that's a 22.
You save as well. The 3, they are struggling to restrain you 3.
Oh, how much damage? Sorry.
Did I say 6? Take 6. That's 6 damage, mate. Why not? Why not? Yeah, 6 damage. Everyone else is dead, so we will move on to Cauld again.
Cauld. I will now use my sword to attack my new friend in front of me
Yas.
with advantage.
Yes.
Dara.
Dara.
At the heels. Sorry, I don't. And it would be a 21?
Yeah, that hits.
22-ish?
Oh, that doesn't.
60 plus stuff.
Yeah, that hits.
And it's this sucks. This sucks. That shit. 6 points of slasher damage.
1 in front of you.
Yes.
Yep.
That is a 16.
To hit.
Yeah.
Hits.
Yes. That was a 13 points of slashing damage.
How do you want to kill him?
Right. So. Cool. So
I've thought about this.
So down 1, just to open a sort of wound, and then I'm going to straight through that wound with the second one. And as I pull the sword out of him, pull the sword out of him, he's going to look down and be like, what the fuck's going on? And I'm going to remove his soul from his body, and it's just this fiery soul, and he's going to drop dead, and his soul takes his place. And I have to roll initiative for it, and now that fights alongside us. Uh-huh.
Has Cauld got any more moves? Anything else that he wants to do?
I will rush towards the
next one. Yeah, no problem. Typhus.
Trick gave me the help action, didn't
He
he?
did. You have advantage on something.
So the person in front of me.
As in front. Right, the only 2 people left are the ones behind you.
So am I no longer grappled there, restrained, or am I still restrained?
You're restrained because it was the weapon that's restraining you, not any magical thing. you know what I mean? You've got the same thing Matryn's got in that from your knees down, you're wrapped in a weighted rope thing.
I'll chilling touch them.
Both or just the one?
Just the one. Which I should get advantage at because.
Yeah, because you got it from Trick.
Yep.
It's 3 on initiative.
I'm assuming a 15 doesn't hit.
Misses.
Yeah.
No bonuses?
Well, unless you're going to let. No, because I need to. No.
No? Okay.
Oh, I heal as well.
You do heal.
Well, we're up to Dara.
I'll rush to the other one and give the help action.
Yeah, we're up to Chiron.
Charge towards whoever's closest.
Yeah.
Again, I'll do Primal Savagery.
Yeah.
As a melee spell attack. That's a 16.
Will hit.
And it's 2d10.
Jesus.
He's not going to help you, mate. I've seen the light and
Days.
That's 5 on the first one.
Yeah.
And 4 on the second, so that's 9 points of corrosive damage.
So as you move towards this guy with both hands, you sink your nails in, and as you scratch him ever so slightly in the chest, you see this corrosive, green, bulbous, almost green and blue sort of acid seep into his veins, and as he starts to melt from the inside out, he's fine. No, he drops dead in front of him. Lloyd, that was the one I had the curse on.
Cool. So I've healed with the 8 points.
So there is one left.
Oh, so it heals you as well, even.
If they're hexblade cursed, if they die, I gain health.
Oh, fair play.
There is one left, Chiron. You've moved, you've used your attack, you got a bonus action.
Oh
no, your bonus was.
I was going to say,
Savagery,
how close is he? Is he within 5 feet?
Yeah, he's within hit 5.
Could I, for flavour, swing out with my shield and improvise weapon, if you'd allow it?
What's Primal Savagery? Is that a spell?
It's a melee spell attack.
Oh, so that was your attack, so you got a bonus left?
Yeah.
You want to try and attack? Hit this
It'll
guy
only
with
be
your
like a
shield?
D4, I'd imagine, if I
Roll
hit.
to attack.
That's a 5.
Yeah, that makes sense. Next in initiative is Zho-Zho.
So there's one left.
There is one left.
Kill him. Ranged attack.
Yeah,
Dirty 20.
it's.
Both are going to be a set, so I rolled to
Yeah,
attack again and I'll
yeah.
do the damage afterwards. Bear with me. That's 15.
Misses.
So it's just the one. However, I didn't use my thing in the previous round.
Your
So I have an
advantage.
advantage. Can I
Yes,
use
you
it
can
now?
roll second attack with advantage if you want.
And no, that's not going to be a 14.
Okay.
So 1d8. It's 10.
In total,
Yeah.
still standing. Dragon.
Go for the tease.
I will. Yeah, so Dragon's action will make a melee weapon attack.
Yep.
So that's going to be 21.
Will hit.
And that's going to be, oh my jeez, 4.
Dead. Yeah, he was on 3 after your attack. That is, so you nail this guy with an arrow, sort of into the chest, and as he doubles back, he steps forward again, and
Dragon has been perched on my back. So, for reference, if anyone sort of gets it, if anyone remembers the Doctor Who episode where Donna's got the sort of beetle thing on her back that no one can ever see until she looks. That's how the dragon's been kind of placed, that no one can really see it unless you catch it at the right angle.
okay.
So as the arrows have hit, the dragon's going to extend its wings from Zho-Zho's back while he's still perched. So Zho-Zho looks like he's grown a pair of dragon wings.
Yeah.
And it's then going to one swoop, take itself off, dive down, and as this guy's recoiling from being hit by an arrow, the dragon is going to almost hover in front of his face and just sort of twitch its head. And as it twitches its head, it's going to lunge forward and straight into his eye socket.
Nice. I think Cauld's face tells you everything you need to know about that. You are now out of combat. you can take the time to unravel yourselves from these restraints. The
Oh,
bodies.
I'd go help as
Guess
well.
what?
Yeah.
Second level of exhaustion, guys.
Oh my god.
Speed is halved.
Speed is hard.
He thought he would
You
hate
wrote
it,
them down
but he
now.
I had them down last week in case anyone needed them. You're in this alley. There are 10 dead bodies around you. Anything you want to do now, or you get out of here?
I'm just gonna like laugh and then walk off.
Did you say one of them was an officer?
They were all sort of officers.
Is there one that looks like higher rank than the other?
There was no one there specifically higher rank. They're all about the same. There was more one that's sort of the leader by default. You know the guy that works in the shop, but he's not actually a manager. He's just been there 10 years longer than everyone else. That guy.
Could I loot him? See if he's got anything.
Loot him. Yeah, you can roll me an investigation check. So the guy was carrying a javelin and
I'm just doing that.
11 gold pieces.
How many?
11.
Gold pieces, yeah.
Yes, they're yours too. What you? Trick will look up and down in sort of a blind panic. He looks back and forth at walls and buildings and people's homes and goes, "Not really anywhere here." My best advice would be to get out of here, sharpish. Onward.
Yeah, notching my bow back on my back, dragon landed on my shoulder. I think it's time we moved on.
Now as like I'm walking off, can I go up to the one that like restrained me and boot him? Just like, don't restrain me yet.
Roll to attack.
Really?
Miss.
Break your toe.
Hey.
Yeah, you missed.
Swing and miss.
I thought it was going to be
Now-
breaks his toe.
now- wait. Do me a dexterity saving throw.
Wow.
Jesus.
It's a wet floor, you know. There's been all that
10.
tidal music.
10. You go to kick this guy in the head and put so much force into it that as you miss, the momentum of your foot makes you slip on that wet floor and fall over, taking 3 points of damage.
Can we laugh at him?
You can laugh at him,
Yeah.
which will give him the
free action.
yeah, do that for free.
As they laugh at me,
Yeah.
it triggers me.
Are you going to do a trigger? We've learned
A 5.
5. So you do get was being laughed at a trigger anyway. Have you developed it now?
I just don't like the fact that I've gone to kick this guy like full on rage in this battle. Gone to kick this guy and someone's just.
Add potential embarrassment as another one of your. Was that 4 triggers you're at now?
Please.
Anything else in the alleyway? Okay.
I'm going to unspokenly summon Dara back to my shoulder.
Dara will run up to your shoulder. She
Like
will
flames.
not take her eyes off of the fiery soul that you now have with you. She's
He
very-
lasts until my next long rest.
And so so you can take a long rest here in this alley? Right.
It's not that. I've got a
Trick.
friend.
Trick will escort you through a series of alleyways and tunnels as he quickly diverts you off from the alleyway you were, continuing on your path. He will dart left and right in alleyways, sort of seemingly coming back on himself and under bridges and into things until at some point he comes to a flat dead end. There are brick walls either side and a brick wall at the end. He will put his hand into a pocket and pull out a small piece of parchment where he will hold it out and silently motion for you to all read it, like to yourself. On the parchment reads the word, here lies the home of the real royals of Port Mandalay. And as your eyes lift up back at Trick, you will realise Trick has gone, has disappeared, and where the dead end was before is now a large oak doorway with the old seal of the royal family of Port Mandalay. As you enter the home of the real royals, you see this long, dim corridor made entirely of stone. Around every 5 feet or so, a stone brazier lined the corridor, giving them a dim glow of an orange light. Ahead of you, about 30 feet, you can see a circular room with 3 people sat around a table at its centre. Trick, obviously you followed Trick in, you can now see Trick again. Trick makes his way forward into the room and leans down to give a message to one of the 3 men sat at the table. Turning back, he gives a nod to you to indicate you to follow him into the circular room. All 3 men stand to greet you. The first is a short man with a balding circle of hair on his head, just above his ears. He's a round man who carries himself in a low, hunched manner, dressed in a long robe that is tied off around the waist in what seems to be a length of rope. Stood beside him is one of the most intimidating people you have ever seen. Standing at least 8 feet tall, with ice white fur and a slightly dirty smattering of black fur in his mane, a tall, I can never say this word, Leonine man, dressed in similar robes to his friend, looks down at you with a look of intrigue. As he stands, you notice he puts a lot of weight on his quarterstaff that he has on one hand. The final man is the slowest to stand. As he does so, he walks forward, almost barging his way past the other two. It can't be, he mutters to himself under his breath. As he approaches, his full features are thrown into the light of a nearby brazier, and the face of a man only one of you has ever met before is seen. Dressed in what seems to be a very old military jacket adorned with the same sigil that was on the door, Governor Clarence Fairbrook looks down at his only son for the first time in so many years. And that will be the end of today's episode.
Nice.
Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for you guys around the table. Thank you for you guys at home.
And thank you, Ben, for DMing for us.
Really.
And thank you.
You kiss ass.
I'm on 2 levels of exhaustion. I need to kiss ass.
And thank you, Mini Megastore, for sponsoring today's video as well.
Thank you to
If you follow the link minimegastore.com/NoCritsGiven, you'll get 10% off your order. And
Will
they are
indeed.
pretty cool.
We are big fans of Mini Megastore. Make sure you come back in 2 weeks to find out what happens in the home of the real royals of Port Mendeley. But until then, thank you very much for